Welcome back to Your Road to Home, the podcast that takes you beyond your front door here in the Carbon Valley. I'm Kendra Badgekar with LPT, here with...
And I'm Maxine Carey with Vector Bank, and we are here with Shereen Lisa Dudar, and she is a community journalist in the community, and we told you last time that she will be doing some writing for us in regards to our podcasts, and then, we're going to be putting them out in the Carbon Valley Consumer Report. So, welcome, Shereen.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I moved out to the Carbon Valley area almost 2 years ago. 2 years ago in March. Ooh, we're in March now.
Yeah, today.
So, like 2-3 weeks from now, it'll be 2 years. Can't remember my closing date exactly. You know how it goes. But yeah, so we moved out here, and a big thing for me was like when we were driving around, I could just kind of tell that the community existed, right? Like I could see it, I could feel it. And that's just a big thing for me. I need to live in a place that feels like a community.
Love that.
Because kind of like Maxine mentioned, I consider myself a community focused journalist. My bread and butter is talking about small businesses and talking about just exciting things that are happening. Because when I go outside, I want to see other people out there. Mm-hmm. I want to know that they're out there supporting, and they know about it. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah. So when I met Shereen, it was kind of not funny, but funny. She came up to me and said, "Oh yeah, I've seen your podcast. I love what you're doing, your community." And I was like, "What? You've seen our podcast?" We were just kind of starting. So it was very humbling, I guess, because she was watching it and she loved it. So we wanted to kind of figure out how we could include her in getting the community engagement elevated. So yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff with the chamber.
Yes, yeah. So I do things with the chamber, like you said. So the biggest thing I do with them is I do feature stories based on their members, and so I kind of have developed some questions that I ask, and I will either meet with them or email them depending on time constraints, and I turn it into a little feature story that tells why they're in the Carbon Valley or how that story started, what their business story looks like. Because it's for the chamber, we talk about just what they've taken from the chamber. So really kind of developing the story of the person through their business and their community connection.
So we're really doing the same thing. We're just doing a podcast. Kendra and I are doing the podcast, and you're putting it into words, which is amazing. So, we're collaborating, and it'll be two times.
Right. Is that something freelance that you can do on the side as well too to help businesses with their marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. I am always coming up with ideas. Whenever I pop into a business and I hear about something they're doing and they're not getting that input they want from the community, my brain is just always going, and I'm like, oh, why don't you try this? And why don't you try this? And why don't you try this? And so sometimes it comes out for free, but I'm absolutely happy to do it, formally with folks that are looking to just figure out bigger marketing plans, social media kind of engagement ideas. I just think, as somebody who's just in the community, right, I'm able to see what works, and I can kind of think about, from a community member and a journalist, what is an effective communication strategy. So,
I love that. Without giving away all your secrets, what are a couple tips that you could give some new entrepreneurs getting ready to...
Honestly, my favorite one is just meet people where they are. Figure out where your people are already. So if that's Facebook, don't make a newsletter. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
Leverage your Facebook first and really figure out how to get those folks engaged. I know that we like the shiny number of, I have 1,000 followers. Cool. Are they engaged? If not, get back to your basics, get to your core, and build that up. And I think that's an important thing. Really just meet folks where they are and figure out what they want. Ask them. I think people are trying to come up with these shiny new ideas. Just ask them what they want, what the easiest way for them to connect with you is for them, and do that.
That's awesome. How can people elevate their Facebook engagement?
I think it's kind of silly, but give them something to engage with, right? So do a poll, ask a question, have a photo contest, whatever looks like building your own community, do that, right? So figure out how you're not just throwing things into the void to get lost, right? Like how can you stand out and
Right.
make sure that there's a back and forth?
Right. Not just information. You've got to, get something else that they
Yeah,
interact with.
so the engagement is, comments, likes, all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Especially somewhere like here, people want to be engaged. They want to share their voice and their opinion, and they want to talk about how great you are, because they believe it. I've seen that here more than anywhere else. So
Yeah, it's a supportive community for
Yeah.
sure. Like, that's why we're doing what we do, because we believe in the community, we believe in the businesses. There's lots of smart entrepreneurial people in this community and beyond, really. Like, we say Carbon Valley, but Carbon Valley kind of trickles into
Yeah.
all the other communities that surround us. So, yeah.
cool.
What are next steps for you? What do you have planned for the year, and what are you excited about?
So I just really like to say yes to things. So I've got quite a few little projects going on, like we talked about. So I do things with the chamber. I'm getting into the website side of things to kind of play with that a little, because I like to fix things. I like things to be easy. So I'm doing that a little bit with the chamber. I'm doing this. I'm super excited about doing this. I was going to say earlier, with Kelly at the Consumer Report, I had the same experience with her where she was at an event and I went up to her and absolutely fangirled, and she looked at me like, what is happening? I'm just a person who writes things and puts them out. And I was like, I know, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's a breath, it injects a breath of fresh air or spark something in everybody to just keep going, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think after I met you, I called Kendra and I'm like, Kendra, guess what? So it solidifies that what we're doing is good.
Right.
And people kind of care about it, even though it's small and it's organic, but that doesn't matter.
Right. And then I'm doing a couple review committee things. So with the St. Vrain Valley School Education Foundation, they have different scholarships and things throughout the year that they award to teachers and students and
So you're reading
projects.
some of those
Yep,
essays?
so I'm doing that.
That is a fantastic job for you. That is amazing. Yeah.
I've done it once before, and I just keep signing up for all the different ones because it's just really cool for me too to see what's happening and to see the success stories and the happy things that are happening in the community and the folks that are doing those things. So that's kind of my
You're a real cheerleader.
self-fulfilling
for our
way to
community, for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We're lucky that we met you, Shereen, for sure.
Thanks. This has
Yeah.
been really good.
Of course.
Yeah, we're excited to be able to share what you're doing.
So what's your story coming to the Carbon Valley? Like, what made you think of Colorado?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Southern California originally, and so me and my fiance, he is from Northern California, so we were doing the long distance thing. And after he graduated, we knew we wanted to settle down somewhere. And we looked at our Californias respectively, and we're like, I love my family, but besides that, I'm just like, there's nothing here that feels absolutely this is a deal breaker and I need to be here. He had some family in Boulder first, so that was kind of his place that he had that childhood connection with. So we moved to Boulder. I had never been to Boulder, didn't know what I was doing, said yes, and we came to Colorado. Lived there for I think 3-4 years, and then kind of looked around and went, no, this is good, but we want to build, we want we want roots, and so we started looking around, and we kept coming back to the same house in Frederick. We kept coming back to it, and there was just something about it that I was like, I don't know. And one day I was like, yep, this is it. Cool. Because everyone, it's got to be my decision, right? He was ready, he knew, the realtor knew, and they were just looking at me like, come on, girl. And so yeah, we settled down in Frederick, and it's been amazing. Every day that I pass a sign that says Weld County, you're in Weld County, I literally just breathe a sigh of relief, and I'm just like, this is good. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite local events that we have?
Oh man, God, they're all so good. Frederick in Flight is just unparalleled, I think.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
the
a fun
coolest.
one.
I was driving in today and there were hot air balloons and I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I don't think it'll ever get old to just like know that that happens here. Like that's just, it's so special. And just like, it doesn't really matter what the event is for me, just like going to them and seeing that amazing turnout is just like, oh my God, all these people live here and they care. Like,
Right.
it's just a really cool feeling.
Yeah, that's cool. A lot of engaged people in the community.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're a part of it now.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's awesome.
What else?
Well, you tell us. What else? What else do you want to, what do you want everybody to know about you? Like, you know, how can we help you get your name out? Like, we know what you're doing to help us, but, you know, we
Yeah.
want everybody to know you. So is there anything?
It's kind of silly, but like, I just want everyone to know me. Like, I want to walk around Fifth Street and I want people to say hi. Like, I want to develop that kind of community. Like, you don't need anything from me and I don't need anything from you. We're both here. So I think,
Just recognition.
yeah, I think that's a good
beautiful.
reminder. Like, we're just here and it's a cool place to be. And
So where can people find you if they want to look at some of your articles or?
yeah, so I'm still kind of working on that. I'm not the best about the portfolio thing because I just kind of do what I'm doing and get myself in my little bubble. But I do work full-time at Weld County. So I work at Weld County and I've got stories there. So we have 2 publications. One is called Discover Weld and it's like a listicle. So I've done one on like rec centers. I did one just recently on like history highlights of Weld County. So that's a really cool newsletter to subscribe to keep up with kind of
The
just
history, that's kind of
yeah,
cool.
just really
yeah.
interesting things about Weld. And sometimes there's ideas for like, hey, there's all these pumpkin patches or whatever, you know, in
awesome.
the fall, or they're just different things that we try to create like just very easy to consume lists that people can either learn something or do something. And then County Roots is the other one. And that one we like highlight things that the county is doing specifically, but they're really cool stories. So I'm working on one that actually comes out real soon on an individual in our employment services team that started receiving like assistance and then became the person helping people receive
Oh, that's a cool
assistance.
story.
That's very cool.
That's
So those are kind of more long form, like feature storytelling things. So I definitely recommend getting on those 2 newsletters.
So we'll grab some links for those and put those in the comments so you guys can just do one quick click and sign up for that.
Cool.
What's something cool that happens in Weld County that you didn't know of prior to your, like that you've kind of searched out?
Yeah. So I am fortunate enough to actually be the comms person for the Department of Human Services, which is not something I've ever had to engage with as an individual. But I didn't realize what all they're doing, right? So there's like foster care, there's veteran services, there's employment services. Like it's just so expansive. And so it's been really interesting to realize that like, hey, the county does this and this and this and this and this. And really at the end of the day, it aligns with me because specifically human services, all the things are helping people, right? And that's just like dear to my heart is just helping people. For me, it's through storytelling, and for them, it's through, you know, actionable goals. So it's really interesting to see all the people and situations and opportunities, and it's been a lot to take in, but it's been really good.
That's awesome. Well, we will conclude our time here with you, Shereen. We sure do thank you and for, you know, what's to come with our collaboration. And
I think we should do a few rapid fire questions though.
oh, okay.
To get to know Shereen and share that
Okay,
with you guys
let's
too.
do it.
All right.
Rapid fire. I forgot about it.
Rapid fire. I know. We got to end with rapid fire. What's your favorite restaurant in the Carbon Valley?
Oh no.
Or you can do top 2.
Everest Maya is a good one.
Oh, okay. I've heard a
Yeah.
lot of good things about that. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm
good
like,
things
I
about
don't know. I like to spoil myself there, and it's because it's like Indian food. You can't just get one thing, right? You gotta
Yep.
like do a
Yep.
whole thing.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, so
Love
I
that.
think it's a special occasion one, you know.
Very cool. What's your favorite genre of music?
Like pop punk alternative rock.
Nice. Okay. Very cool.
Who's your favorite author? We definitely have to ask you that
Yes, for sure. I was just going to ask what book have you read
Oh.
recently? No, but who's your favorite author?
No, that's a good one.
You probably have lots.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know that I have a favorite anymore. I'm kind of in this place where I'm trying to read a lot of Middle Eastern authors. I'm Middle Eastern, and so it's just kind of a fun thing to explore that voice a little bit more. So yeah.
Very cool. What's a book you read recently then that you can share?
Oh God, I think it's Tell Me Again How a Crush Should Feel.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, it's specifically about a Middle Eastern LGBT girl's experience, and she's, I think, it's from like a high school perspective or something. And it's just, I picked it up because the cover looked cool. It was pink. I was like, all right, cool. And it's been interesting. So, yeah.
What motivates you?
Yeah. I was like, I can feel it. I can feel it, but I'm like, how do I put it into words? What motivates me is whatever this feeling is.
Follow your heart.
Yeah. So it's just, it's chasing that new thing, that exciting thing, knowing that I'm giving back. Like, I don't know, I'm motivated every weekend to get out of my house and support a small business. Like, I don't know what that feeling is, but it's that.
Awesome.
So where are you going this weekend? What small business are you going to check out this weekend?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You don't know yet? You're going to go find it?
Yeah, I kind of left it a little open-ended this weekend. I've been having a good time at Miko. I've been there, a lot recently, but I'm like,
They've
okay.
got a great vibe.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know what it is. Minimal Market just opened up.
Oh, yes. I was
Yep.
there on Thursday. It's very cool.
Okay.
We're going to have them on Sunday.
Cool. Yeah,
we're working with them to get them scheduled.
I think that's the one I'd really like to check it out. There's a lot of new growth that's just happened in the last couple
It
months,
is
and so I'm
exciting.
just like making sure that we patronize all of them, and make sure
Yeah.
that they know that we're out and we're supporting them. And
So when I went,
that.
I took like 3 jars, and I should have brought 10. So just make sure you bring enough of your containers.
Good tip.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's so
bring more, not less.
Yep.
Anyway. All right. Well, thank you, Shereen, again.
Of course.
We look forward to the collaboration, and thank you all for watching. We look forward to seeing you on your road to home. If you need any help from Kendra and I, please reach out. We'd love to be able to help you and show you our community, and also with Shereen. So thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.